One word to describe Caitlin Clark.
Amazing.
Yes.
A beast. She is the truth.
It's intense. Caitlin Clark is off that shit now. She let it all slide the first year. They was pushing her and all that. She like, you know what?
I'm in here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here, and this is what it's gonna be this year.
Caitlin Clark finally stood up for herself. No more staying quiet.
There's hype, and then there's real impact. Most rookies enter the league quietly, learning the ropes, earning respect, and adjusting to the speed of the game. But Caitlin Clark didn't follow that path. She stepped in with confidence and made sure everyone noticed. From deep three-pointers that seemed fearless to passes no one else could have pulled off, Caitlin showed she belonged from day one. She didn't wait for the spotlight. She took it. Even NBA legend Larry Bird, who rarely speaks publicly, felt the need to say something. He sees what Caitlin's doing, and he knows it's more than just impressive. It's historic. When someone like Bird speaks up, it means the game is changing. Caitlin Clark hasn't just arrived, she's transformed the landscape of women's basketball. She's become a must-watch player, earning praise from legends, Hall of Fame coaches, and former stars. She's not just part of the conversation, she's leading it. Her rise isn't just a moment, it's a shift. Caitlin isn't riding a wave of attention, she is the wave. She changes the energy in every arena and raises the bar each time she plays. Some call her the future of the sport. Others say she's already the best show in basketball. One thing is certain, this isn't a lucky streak, it's something bigger. Long before the record-breaking stats, Caitlin did something rare. She made people care. Not just fans or reporters, but the voices who shape the story of the game. When someone like Stephen A. Smith, one of the most outspoken names in basketball, chooses to talk about Caitlin Clark without being prompted, that says it all. This isn't just another headline. It's a moment that matters.
I totally applaud what Caitlin Clark is doing. She's putting the WNBA first. She's saying, yo, we matter first to me. We should matter first to the ladies.
Stephen A. Smith is one of the boldest voices in sports. He's known for being tough, sharp, and brutally honest. So when he doesn't just defend Caitlin Clark, but praises her, that means something. And it's not just about her scoring or shooting. It's about what she stands for. Caitlin isn't just playing the game, she's lifting it to another level. In interviews and press conferences, she makes one thing clear. Women's basketball isn't a warm-up act. It is the show. And she's leading it with confidence and purpose. Every shot, every assist, every statement she makes. Caitlin is proving she's not just here to shine on her own. She's here to raise the whole league, and people are paying attention. The NBA media sees it. And now, the wider world is starting to as well. She's even being compared to Magic Johnson, and that's no small thing. Magic didn't just put up big numbers or light up highlight reels with a smile. He changed the NBA, how it looked, how it played, and how the world saw it. So when Magic himself says Caitlin Clark is doing something similar, it's more than praise. It's a statement. It's legacy-level recognition.
Joy, I love it because, to your point, they dominated in college, and
as you both did.
yes, and then they brought it over to the WNBA, just like we brought it to the NBA. We changed the NBA, they changed the WNBA.
Yeah.
When Magic Johnson compares Caitlin Clark's impact to what he and Larry Bird did for the NBA, that's not casual praise. That's serious. He sees how she draws attention just by stepping on the court, how she wears the spotlight like it belongs to her, and how she's doing more than leading a team, she's helping push an entire league forward. Caitlin is bringing in new fans, boosting viewership, attracting sponsorships, and creating momentum that women's basketball has been waiting for. So when Magic draws a line from what's happening now back to the transformation of the NBA in the 1980s, he's not just applauding her. He's acknowledging that history is unfolding in front of us. And it's not just Magic. When someone like Coach Mike Krzyzewski, one of the greatest coaches in basketball history, says he wishes he could coach Caitlin Clark, that's a moment that makes people sit up and pay attention. Coach K isn't just another Hall of Famer. He's the gold standard. 5 national championships, 3 Olympic gold medals, and a track record with elite players like LeBron, Kobe, Durant, and Curry. He's seen the best, And now he sees something special in Caitlin, something rare, something he'd want to build a team around.
Yeah, well, she's terrific, and it'd be easy to build something on her because she's the best thing she does is pass. She's a magical passer, and she has a great feel for the game. So, I mean, what her coach did, I would have done exactly what she did. Make sure she handles the ball a lot, and she'll make everybody better.
Caitlin Clark's scoring grabs headlines. The deep threes from near half-court are hard to miss, but what stands out to Coach K isn't just the points, it's the way she sees the game. He focuses on her passing, her control, and her feel for the moment. He calls her a magical passer, and that word carries weight. It's not just about racking up assists, it's about vision, timing, and anticipation. It's about seeing plays unfold before anyone else does. That kind of instinct doesn't show up in box scores, but it wins games. Caitlin doesn't just run the offense, she raises the level of everyone around her. And when a coach who's worked with legends like LeBron, Kobe, and Curry says, "I would have done exactly what she did," that's more than praise. That's full endorsement. It means Coach K sees in her what he's seen in the best: leadership, connection, and a basketball mind built for greatness. And sometimes it's the simplest reactions that say the most. Luka Doncic, an MVP candidate, All-NBA regular, and one of the hardest players to guard in the game, doesn't do long speeches. He doesn't talk unless he means it. So when someone asked him on camera, "Who's your favorite women's basketball player?" he didn't pause. He didn't need to think. He said, "Caitlin Clark," straight, honest, and without hesitation.
Who's your favorite women's basketball player?
Caitlin Clark.
Really?
That's all Luka needed to say, just Caitlin Clark. And honestly, that's the most Luka answer possible, short, honest, and straight to the point. Because when you know, you know. Luka Doncic understands what it means to enter the league with big expectations and still take control from day one. So when he names Caitlin as his favorite women's player, he's not just tossing out a name, he's recognizing someone who plays the game with the same kind of command he does. He's not analyzing the WNBA, he's speaking from experience, from instinct, and that's what makes it land harder. There are plenty of ways to call someone great, but when it comes from a player like Luka, whose game is built on feel, timing, and control, it means even more. It shows that Caitlin's game translates. That her confidence and skill don't just shine at the college level or in the WNBA, they earn the respect of players doing it on the biggest stage, night after night. Luka's few words told the basketball world everything. Caitlin Clark isn't just making noise, she's already earned the attention of the best in the game. And when her name starts showing up next to cultural icons, not just basketball stars, you know she's crossed into another level. Colin Cowherd doesn't throw around comparisons for clicks. He builds narratives. He connects athletes to culture. So when he says names like Tiger Woods, LeBron James, and Taylor Swift, and then adds Caitlin Clark, it's not just about fame, it's about impact. These are people who didn't just win, they changed how the world looked at their sport. And now, Caitlin Clark is in that same sentence.
Angel Reese is a good player. She's not a phenomenon. Tiger was. LeBron was. Taylor Swift is. Caitlin Clark is.
This isn't a slight against Angel Reese. It's simply a spotlight on just how rare Caitlin Clark truly is. Athletes like her don't come around often. The kind who boost TV ratings, sell out arenas, break ticket sites, and turn an ordinary Tuesday night game into a must-watch event. That's the kind of energy Caitlin is bringing, not just to the WNBA, but to the entire sport. She's not waiting for the league to catch up. She's pulling it forward into the national spotlight all on her own. So when Colin Cowherd puts her name alongside Tiger Woods and LeBron James, he's not talking about what she could become. He's talking about what she already is. Because Caitlin Clark doesn't just attract the spotlight, she is the spotlight. But with that kind of attention comes pressure. Big pressure. Being the one means everything you do gets picked apart. And Caitlin plays with intensity. That edge is part of what makes her great. But when you're the face of a league, whether officially or not, the target on your back gets bigger. As Michael Thompson pointed out, the pressure doesn't just come from the players on the court, it can come from the system around her too. The expectations, the politics, the non-stop attention. And still, she shows up. Still, she leads.
That flagrant foul that she committed the other day, I thought it was a hard foul. I didn't think it was a flagrant foul, but I think they do that, Dan, because they overreact to everything Caitlin does. Is they don't want to show like they're showing any favoritism to her. So we got to upgrade it to a flagrant foul, because if we don't, then people say, well, we're protecting her by not upgrading it to a flagrant foul. So I think that's why the referees overreacted in that play.
This is coming from a former NBA champion, a man who knows the game and raised a perennial all-star. And he's saying what a lot of people are thinking. Caitlin Clark is under a microscope. The spotlight she's earned doesn't just highlight her talent, it magnifies every move she makes. And now, the fear of showing favoritism has created a different kind of bias. She's being judged by a separate standard, not just by critics, but by the officials on the court. And still, she shows up. She handles the pressure like it's just part of her pregame routine. Because when you're changing the culture, not everyone knows how to respond. But Caitlin does. She just keeps playing. Then there's Jeff Teague. No filter, no spin, just real talk. He's not trying to be polished or politically correct. He's not reading off a script. When Caitlin Clark's name comes up, he skips the fluff and just says what he sees. And that kind of honesty matters, especially when it confirms what fans, players, and former pros are all starting to feel. Caitlin Clark isn't just in the game, she's reshaping it.
Like, if you being real, what do Angel Reese get that Caitlin Clark don't get? Why was she?
Let's be real. What does Angel Reese have that Caitlin Clark is trying to take? Nothing. So why the hate? Jeff Teague's not stirring the pot. He's just calling out what everyone's been dancing around. The tension, the comparisons, and the way two young stars, who should be building the future of women's basketball together, keep getting framed as rivals in a storyline neither of them asked for. What Jeff's saying cuts deeper than names. He's highlighting a double standard, how every bit of praise for Caitlin turns into controversy, and how success is too often framed as a zero-sum game. And right in the middle of it, Caitlin Clark just keeps showing up. She plays her game, keeps delivering, and still catches heat, not for doing something wrong, but for being too good. Teague's not taking shots at Angel Reese. He's questioning the negativity. Why does Caitlin's spotlight make people uncomfortable? Why does her success feel like a threat instead of a win for the sport? Because here's the truth, Caitlin Clark isn't being handed anything. She's earning it. Every deep three, every pinpoint pass, every packed arena. That's her putting in the work and moving the needle. And Jeff gets that. That's why he doesn't sugarcoat it. He's not picking sides, he's just being honest. At the end of the day, it's not about who you cheer for. It's about giving credit where it's due. And Caitlin Clark, she's earning respect by changing the game. There's always a tipping point for star players. That moment when admiration turns to pushback, when the rising star becomes the one everyone wants to beat. For Caitlin, that moment came fast. As Gilbert Arenas put it, she didn't just step into the villain role, she earned it.
Caitlin Clark was a bad guy. She was the one that was with everybody doing all this, waving, turning her back on everybody. Everybody's like, oh, she's a cocky little